Hello, hello, hello. It's Crafty Chris here for Paper Crafters Workshop. It is Create a Date with Scrap Your Scraps. So I sent out a post earlier with a picture of some of the things I'm going to be working with tonight. As you can see, they're just bits and pieces of different collections. And I just pulled together some verticals, some matting type materials, a couple of words, and some dots that I wanted to use up. So let's see what we can pull together today. So today I'm going to start with this one. Try to get these out of the way a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one, and this one I have a tag. I have actually two tags, my little dots, and a bunch of pieces of paper. And I was hoping to do maybe something that's, I don't know, the first idea I had was maybe weaving the paper together, but I don't really think I have enough to do that. So if I did that, and I did this, and if I had one more row maybe, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to end up with enough paper for this out of what I brought, but that's one thing you can do. Actually, am I going to force it? I think I am. I think I am. Alrighty, so this piece I want to cut in half. And it should be a 6. Oh, it's not quite 6. So let's see, we've got, we have 2, 4, 6 and a bit. 6 1/4, so I need 3 1/4. And I'm just going to trim it right there. Alrighty, so for weaving, the best way to start is to have 2 down and 3 across, and I like this green piece because it kind of punches it up a bit. So I am going to get a little bit of repositionable tape somewhere. There we go. And I'm just going to hold the bottoms of these guys right to my mat, and they should be side by side with maybe just a 32nd of an inch opening, which is very, very small. It's half a 16th. There we go. And now I'm going to just leave a little over the edge here, and now I'll go back. So I've got a tiny bit of this working here, and then I'll go forward. Actually, I think I like that in there better. And then I'll go back. There we go. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, I have all this extra going on here, so I really need to think about whether I want to keep that extra, or perhaps I want to trim that and use that little bit up here. Because if I keep that piece, and maybe I trim this piece and put it up at the top. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so for the moment, I am just going to take another piece of tape and I am going to just lay it on the seams where these guys are. Whoops. Shift it a bit. Okay. Alrighty, and then I am going to take this up and trim this last piece. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to trim this last piece because it goes under. It lies under on this part. I can probably take some from the back so I have enough to run it across the top. Okay, now I'm going to put it back. And then we're going to do one of these. There we go. So there is my base for my tags and my embellishment to work on. And I have these 3 pieces to work with. Okay, so now how do you stick this all together? Well, first of all, you turn it over. You make sure everything is nice and tight. And you put a piece of tape on the back. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use tape. I am going to use adhesive, and I'm going to go under these flappy things and just put a little piece of adhesive there, starting at the outer edge. Alrighty. So that gives me 2 pieces. Alright, and then I'm going to do the front, all on this one side. Okay, there we go. Just a little under the flap there. Woo! The whole thing just went sliding away. Yeah, it's tricky. It's been the whole day doing this. So let's get that back. Let's get that back. Okay. So once I put this on, things will be a little more secure. There we go. Okay, there we are. And I've already done that flap, so I just need to do the front. There we go. And challenges. Challenges are good. I like to try something new. I want to get that nice and tight. There we go. That flap's done, that flap's done, that flap's done, that flap's done. Alrighty. And now we're going to do this flap. So this is going to go under, that's going to go over top. And there we go. There we go. Got that all pushed in together. Alrighty. Okay, so I am going to trim this top. Actually, I'm going to trim the top in 2 V's. So we have like tag ends. Oopsie. There we go. Alrighty, there's flag ends, and I'm going to do the same to the sides here. There's 2 little flags, and I'm not measuring these at all. I'm just doing my little corner cutting, and hopefully I get close enough that everything trims out. Oh, I don't like that little piece of white there, so we're going to try that again. There we go. And this one to that side. And that side. Don't like this piece of white. So I'm going to trim that off. There we are. So it just has the green in it. And I think I'm just going to trim straight across the top here. There we go. And there's our little piece. Cool. Alrighty, so now I have tags, and I'm going to take the little dots out of them because I think I might find some twine for this. And I think I will. I have some off. I need white or pink or something. So let me get my twine container. A few varieties of twine in my little twine container. And I think I need the only twine I don't have is white, of course. I think that will go okay. Or do I do it with... Yeah, we'll use that. Gotta use it up, right? That's what this show is all about. Okay, now finding the beginning is always a treat. Okay, so I have a beginning here, and I'm probably going to string them both on the same one. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to put both tags one on top of the other so that I have my little hole. And I'm going to put a small amount of twine through there. It's a very tiny little hole. Hopefully I can get it done. There we go. And you probably have, oh, this is all coming apart. You probably have heard on other programs that if you thread from the front, you get the smooth surface on the front. If you thread from the back, you get the other surface. So what I mean is you get a smooth line over top if you thread through the front, or you get the double line over the top if you thread from the back. Alrighty. Just try to get that a little more twisted. Okay. And this is my main sentiment, so I think I will have this. Okay, so I have to be able to have both things. This is going to be popped, and or maybe this will be up there, popped, and this will be down here. Yes. So I'm going to stick this flat. And I think I'm going to take a, make that into more of a tag. There we go. So there, that looks more like a tag. And then I'm going to pop dot this guy. My garbage out of my way. Whoops. Pop dots, pop dots. There we go. And I should have sanded the back of this, but oh well. It's not going to get crushed. Take these guys off there. Whoop. And there. Today is gonna be awesome. This is a cute little embellishment for a card. Whoa, there we go. Not liking that string very much. Might replace that with something else. It's just lost all its green intensity there. Yeah, I'm not liking that at all. I'll replace that. Okay, so anyway, this is the blade. Maybe if I trim it. There we go. Oh, there we go. Stands up much nicer. Today's going to be awesome. Alrighty, and we are going to have our 2 little dots. These are oversized dots, and I don't have a tendency to use oversized dots very much, so that's why I'm trying to use them up in my tags. Alrighty. So, all I'm going to do is add a tiny little bit of liquid glass. This one is called liquid glass. Glossy accents, same thing. And I'm just going to liquid glass little bits of the tag. Maybe do a couple of flowers on here as well. So it has some sparkle. Alrighty. Whoa. And number 1 is done. And you can see the sparkle on it. I'm glad I cut the tag, now I don't mind it. Alrighty, so that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to work with this group of material. And so I have a nice big tag. I have a piece of cardstock that goes with the whole set. And I have this tag. And some green pieces, because I like vertical and horizontals working together, and then I have some little orangey dots. Alrighty, so what is Chris going to do today? I think we're going to put a small tag cut in this. This piece is 2 inches by 4 inches, so it's got some length to it, and I should be able to pull together. There we go. Alrighty, so it's not very even. Do I care about that? Yeah, maybe just a bit. Let's see if that's more even. There we go. Okay, so there's our tag, and I thought I would just line this all up on the tag with a couple of verticals. This is a bit nasty and it's cut here. Obviously this was a cut off because I wasn't caring. No, that doesn't go with it. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Huh. Not that. No, way too much flowers. Alrighty, so we are going to build a platform on this. So I want to put down, so we're going to work with, let's see, I'm going to build a bit of a platform for anchoring things on here. There we go. Okay, so it's kind of like building a reverse wedding cake. You're just building a bit of a platform to pop everything onto. Now this is going to work somewhere up there, and this is going to go crisscrossing. Boring. Alright, let's try and pull this bit over this way. I have a tendency to do right-handed things. Okay, I've changed my mind. We're going to take this off gently, and we're going to make a right-hand corner piece, just a little on the outside edge. So I'm still going to have it start about the same. There we go. And this guy is going to go at the same location. Oop. So I'm just aligning these up with each other. It's not very aligned. There we go. Okay, so I changed my strategy. I'm going to need a little more adhesive underneath there. There we go. Alrighty, so there's our base. Now we've got our thank you that can come over. I'm going to have the thank you come over to about the same edge. So it all kind of sits in the same area. And then I'm going to pop dot this central. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alrighty. Now some of these die cuts have these little ridgy bits in them from where they were attached to a big piece of paper, and I don't like those. So I'm going to be a bit fussy and trim those off. You have to be careful though, because you don't want to change the shape. Oh, there we go. A couple of these. That looks better. Alright, so I'm leaving this lined up. Okay, this just looks all kinds of crooked to me. Let me try this again. That looks alright. I am being fussy, but I don't like it when things are a little bit crooked, because it just kind of throws my eyeballs off. And now this guy is going to go on there. And it doesn't look good if you have crooked things. There we go. And now I'm going to pop dot this, but first I'm going to get those little pointy things off. There we go. Alright, pop dots for this guy. Now when I pick things, I usually try to kind of envision what I'm going to do with them. So it's not as random as I make it sound. Like I always make sure that the paper's coordinate in some way. And I do use different things from different lines. I think, nope, that's from the same line. On the other piece, I have, I think, 3 different paper packs that I used in the stripes. So, but like, it all has to kind of look like something in my head. Sorry, I'm just got my head in the screen there. Did you like my gray hair? COVID hair. At least it's cut. Now, there we go. So I've got some adhesive there, which I'll just put a little tiny piece of tape over. Because I don't want it to stick with my other embellishments in my container. Alright. Okay, so there she is, and now I just got to figure out where I want to put my dots. I could put my dots there. Could put my dots here. I could put my dots here. Maybe the big one up on there. No, I think I need to put the dots here. Now this is very asymmetrical, and sometimes if you don't do a lot of asymmetrical work, it can make you feel like things are falling off. But once you put it on a page with other things, it looks much less asymmetrical. Okay, so one dot is going to go there, and one dot is going to go here. There. Alrighty. Number 2. Now this, because it says thank you on it, it's not likely you're going to do a page with that's thank you, or you might, but it definitely would work for a card. Alrighty, so that's number 2. Oops, I've got these little dots stuck. And now let's work on the final one, which is this one. Now this one, obviously I'm not going to use this edge because it's the edge of the actual paper sheet, and I don't want to use a whole whack of it. Oh, I had this. Let me go back for a second. Off, on. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think that'll balance it a little more. Trim off these little weird things. Okay, so I'm just going to have that off the corner. Alrighty. There. That gives it a little more balance. Alright, back to this one. Sorry, had a moment there. Okay, so this one I've got, oh, this I got for this heart, because, or for this flag. I don't know why, it just struck me as something I needed to do. Now this can actually be my base, but I can double mat it, or I can double mat it. I just don't know which direction I want to go in. So the whole thinking, my whole thinking was to do it sort of like something like this, where we have a little bit of this pink over top. I don't know. Let's see, what can we do? Let's play with this a little bit. Oh, you can't see those at all. Maybe these guys go in there. Or maybe these guys go together. Oops. Something like that. Or maybe I have the heart. Oh, I like that heart as the O. Something like that. And then if I take that whole thing and I double mount it. I think that might work actually. So let me do that right away. Now I have this really rough edge that I want to get rid of, so I'm going to take out my little trimmer and trim that edge. The reason I didn't use this side is it's way too crazy. And there's enough flower pattern on this mat. So now I'm going to stick the mat down, and then I'm going to, or do it this way. Oh well, that's double mat. I like that idea of double matting anyway, so whether I do it horizontal or vertical, it doesn't matter. I gotta trim those little bitties off. Why do they do that? Why do they have these little bitties on there? I guess they want to keep the sheets together so they can cut them all at once, print them all at once. I'm just going to leave like a 3/16 all the way around. Is that even? Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to trim it right on my trimmer. Okay. How did we do? Well, not bad. So that looks a little bit better. It looks a little more anchored. That can actually go right onto a card. I have some pieces here I might do something with later. All right, get rid of that. Okay, so let's position the hello first. And the hello I want to be pop dotted. Get all these guys off the back. So I've got my hands all over everything, but okay. So I'm not going to push this down because I have to sort of more little things around this. This has been the worst package yet. Maybe that's why I didn't use them. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that there until I figure out where everything else is going to go. And I got a really kind of nasty cut on there. So you just want to make sure that your scraps you're using are going to look okay. There we go. So if we do, let's see, put that in there, put that around there. And then this little guy. Okay, so I'm going to trim this little guy first. Alrighty. And I'm going to put these two guys on because I'm happy with them being right on this. Side by side. Side by each. Now can I get it centered? There we go. Alrighty, back to this. This is going to be pop dotted. Hello, it's saying. I think that's kind of cute. And where did my little heart go? Uh-oh. I have lost my little heart. My heart is lost. That is not fun. I should never wear sleeves when I'm crafting. Ah, that's a bummer. So there is supposed to be my little heart on here, so let me just align this and get it stuck down properly. I can't believe I lost the little heart. That was the most fun part. Alrighty, so we're going to put this, sorry, it's in the way again. There we go. Okay. Is it upside down? Is it underneath something? Probably find it stuck to my shoulder somewhere. Oh well. On with the show. Maybe it'll show up. Alrighty, so I've got this guy lined up here. And I want this guy. So let's see. I'm feeling like this is crooked. So that's like that, and that's, wow, seems to be okay. You found my heart. Found it. It was stuck underneath. Yay. Okay, let's get that right on. Trim off the little taggy bits. There we go. And we're just going to put a little bit of blue glue on there. Alrighty. My goodness. There we go. Hopefully that will help. Okay, we're not putting glue on there. We're going to put a little bit of glossy accents, or liquid glass, whatever this is called. I have this new thing that I got at Paper Crafters Workshop, and it is awesome for holding things upside down so they're ready to go. I've got a little matching box for my stamp chamois as well. They're very cool. They're on sale, or they were on sale. One of the bundles they had. There we go. Hello. Love it. Alrighty. Moving that over. And back to finishing off this. And there is some glossy accenting that needs to happen. Just wanted to make sure I had enough time to do all of this stuff. So on this one, I'm just going to turn up the edges of my flag a little bit. And there you have it. Cute! Alright, so going back to this one, because I didn't glossy accent this one, I am going to take my Midas. Okay, so because this is gold, I'm going to highlight the little golden leaves that are on here just to give them a bit of sparkle. Just to add a bit of pizzazz to it. And let's see if you can see my pizzazz. So it just has a tiny little bit of sparkle to it. Can you see that up here especially? So it just gives it a little bit something extra. And I think I might even do, the insides here, because it has a little bit of gold in there too. I'll just go over these guys a little more. There we go. That is going to make things pop just a little bit more. So I always look for places I can put bling, because I'm a bling girl. Then I'm going to take my shiny stuff, and the little dots, the little dotted flowers, I'm just going to put a small amount of epoxy on those. So it just elevates it just a tiny little bit more. And let's see, there are some coming out here and here. I just think that finishing a piece off like this gives it just, it looks more finished when you have something else other than plain paper. If you're using a foil paper, you wouldn't need to do that. So let's have a look. So we have some glossy accents on the little dots here, and so they'll be sparkly clear, and then you have the glitter on the insides of the flowers and on the leaves. Okay, so that one's finished. Or is it? I think I need to do this heart as well. And I've gone over the edge here, so my trick is to go in with paper clip or something and just take that off the edge. I happen to have this little tool. There we go. And make sure it all stays in there. There we go. Okay, so there's one. Make sure I don't put my fingers on this. There's two, and we'll just finish up with number 3. This one, I see purple flowers here. Definitely going to put the purple flowers out. And maybe this big long leaf here. Some of the dark leaves. There we go. This can be just the flowers on this. It's very lightly. And I don't want to do the centers. I could do the thank you, so I think I will do this. This will take a few minutes, but it'll be worth it. And it'll look like a glossy, it'll look like a sticker or something has been placed on there. And I just go back and forth evenly. Filling it in and pulling it so it's not too thick. And I don't worry about getting right in the corners because I draw the corners in. There we go. And I get this, and I just draw the corners in with the tip of my tool so that it looks all nice and even. And if I've gone over, of course I go back, take my tool, and clean it up. But you have to do it fast. Alrighty, there's no real place to put gold there. Whoop. So you can see the glossy accents really give it a vibe. Alright, so today we've made 3 embellishments with just stuff lying around the house. And be sure to, like, when you break up your packs, when you get your packs, I have mine all broken up into pieces that are words, pieces that are flats, little doodads and whatnots that are in the collections. And if I've just done a collection, then I just do everything from that collection. But if I haven't done a collection in a while and I have random pieces put together under words or under flags or paper, I think I've shown this to you before, where I have my little container, and inside here, just as an example, I have like, let's see, what's a good one? So I have inside here, I just have like random pieces of pink paper, pattern paper. I have I did some circles at the beginning of this session, so I have all these things to work with. I have some flags that I did just using strips of paper. So stuff just ready to grab when you're in the mood. And I do this quite often, actually. Well, I do it every week, obviously, with the Create a Date. But I also will put a day together where one day in a month I'll just sort all my scraps. Another day in the month I'll break up collections and put things into little containers. And then everything's all ready to go. I just go in and I dig into my word pile and see what word embellishments I want to use or sentiments, and then I'll go and move to the little bits and pieces of paper whatnots I have, and pull out from that to match the sentiment. And then from there I go and look at my scrap paper and see what I can pull together for color. So it all starts with the sentiment and then moves through the sentiment to the little mini embellishments to the backgrounds. So that's how I pull it together. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This is Crafty Chris again at the Paper Crafters Workshop, and tomorrow night will be our friend Darlene with her Traveler's Notebook, and I think on Saturday mornings, and I think there's a change in time now, so we need to check the schedule, but I think it's 9 a.m. now. There is a Zoom workshop with Sherry, and then I'm back on Monday night with the second part of the Cardabella layout. So have yourself a really great weekend. Based on how cool it is right now, I'd say keep yourself warm. I don't know what the weekend weather is, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.